Coming up, we give you an exclusive look into music therapy.
And later we look closely at the smallest books in the world.
One Hawkeye likes pancakes and wants to travel to Italy. Find out who coming up in sports.
We got another storm coming, but good news, it will not hit Iowa. Find out more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jacob Gunther.
And I'm Declan Levy. Our first story is an update on the hashtag #DoesYouIowaLoveMe movement. The social media hashtag #DoesYouIowaLoveMe has moved its way off of the social media platform and onto university campus. More than 100 students, staff, and faculty met at the T. Ann Cleary walkway yesterday afternoon to show their support. The hashtag started on Monday night, and as of today, there has been over 1,000 tweets and Instagram posts. The #DoesYouIowaLoveMe hashtag has raised concern about racial discrimination, white privilege, and other issues at the university. A few students spoke at the rally, sharing their stories and experiences.
Coming to the University of Iowa, it was also very eye-opening for me because I took a class last semester, Spanish for Heritage Speakers, and that gave me even more pride and passion in who I am. And I will forever be proud to be Latina.
Vice President for Student Life, Melissa Shivers, sent a mass email to students in which she said, quote, "As a woman of color, a first-generation college graduate, and a leader at this institution, I cannot be silent on issues of inclusion, equity, health, safety, and well-being," end quote. For more information, go to thedailyiowan.com.
The University of Iowa is celebrating Music Therapy Week, and we are going to give you an inside look at the music therapists, what they do. DITV News reporter John Chenoweth has this story.
Music therapy is the clinical and evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals within a therapeutic relationship by a credentialed professional who has completed an approved music therapy program. That is the textbook definition of music therapy, but I visited University of Iowa hospitals and clinics to speak with a music therapist to find out what a music therapist does on a daily basis.
I work primarily with the adult palliative care team, and we serve patients, adult patients all throughout the hospital who are dealing with serious illnesses and sometimes life-limiting illness. And I work on a variety of goals with those patients, from using music to validate their life and to help with their overall grief that they're experiencing from the various losses that they are going through.
I was then able to speak with the music therapy intern on what got her interested in music therapy.
And one day I saw a commercial on TV for, I think it was Minnesota Children's Hospital, about their music therapy program there. And from that moment on, I was like, oh, that's it. I don't have to give up music. I can still help people. It's the dream career, and I've never wavered since.
I was even lucky enough to get a mock demonstration of how a music therapist interacts with patients. It starts off from a request from the patient.
Is there a certain one that brings you more comfort?
Amazing Grace.
Okay, you can do that. More comfortable for you to close your eyes, you can. It's always been a favorite of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Good.
I'm John Chenoweth. I'm reporting from the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics for DITV News.
Wow, that was pretty emotional, Declan. I really think that I could use some therapy from that with the weather and all that coming, around here.
Yeah, absolutely. A year ago this week, it was in 60-degree weather. But let's toss it over to Dylan in the weather studio for more.
Yes, unfortunately, those cold temperatures continue, but more on that later. Starting tonight, we have a storm that starts in California over here and sweeps across all of America to the northeast. Fortunately, though, for us here in Iowa, it goes right south of Iowa. As you can see here on Sunday, we have a mix of snow, ice, and rain all throughout the East Coast. Now, as I mentioned, as we look into today here in Iowa City, we have our temperature of 16 degrees, so still cold, although it's in March. Now as we look into tonight, cloudy skies continue as we have a temperature of 23 degrees. No snow or wind tonight, so it should be a fairly nice night despite the cold temperatures. Now as we move into our 5-day forecast for the week, as I mentioned today, we'll get to a high of 32 degrees, but we'll stay cloudy the whole day. Tomorrow we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 10 degrees. Sunday, we get very cold. We have a temperature of 17 mile-per-hour winds and a temperature of 12 degrees with our low getting to 11 under zero. Monday, our highs at 6 degrees with a low at -3 and partly cloudy skies again. Finally, on Tuesday, we have a high of 14 degrees and a low of 2 degrees to wrap up the 5-day forecast. Well, as you guys can see, the cold weather definitely continues, and it's in March, so we better warm up quick. Jacob and Declan, back to you guys at the desk.
Dylan Mahalki in the weather studio, thank you. A priceless collection at the University of Iowa Libraries contains thousands of miniature books. DITV Arts and Culture reporter Caitlin Cluck takes us to the Special Collections Archives to explore the extra small side of literature.
Grab your magnifying glass and get ready for some light reading. Literally. 4,000 of the smallest books in the world are tucked away inside the University of Iowa Library's special collections. From thumb-sized Bibles to perfectly compact pop-up stories, the Charlotte M. Smith Miniature Book Collection is priceless.
It is definitely one of the largest miniature book collections in the world. There are very few that are of this size and scope.
The university acquired the collection from Iowan Charlotte Smith in 1996.
She began collecting miniature books because she ran out of room for the rare books that she was collecting at the time. Her husband told her that she needed to maintain all of her collection in just one room. Since she ran out of shelf space, she had to downsize her books quite literally.
And her first miniature, this extra small copy of The Night Before Christmas. From there, Smith would fill her shelves with thousands more tiny volumes that span the course of literary history.
This is from 2050 BC.
This one's all handwritten.
Or how about this 1300 Quran, carried around centuries ago in its own little case? Or volumes of Greek classics, travel size. Some miniatures appear shockingly small when put in comparison to others.
So this right here is a standard size book in special collections. This right here is a penny, and then this miniature book is about the same size as it. However, if you can see this tiny speck right here, that is a miniature version of this book.
So like with miniature books, you don't want to lose them, obviously, right? And because they're so tiny, you have to make sure that there's a special enclosure made, and that way we can put it on the shelf and not have to worry about it falling between the cracks.
Special Collections has about 300,000 volumes total, but librarians say people are always captivated by the mini book collection.
For some reason, everyone is drawn to this collection.
To see almost like a dollhouse version of that collection is a lot of fun.
I have yet to come across one person who hasn't taken some joy or delight out of them. And that's really rare. The fact that it can captivate such a wide audience is pretty remarkable.
Reporting from U of I Libraries, this is Caitlin Cluck, DITV.
What a really cool story.
Super cool.
But on to sports. There's one women's basketball player who is really lighting it up, and I'm really interested to hear about what she's doing off the court.
Same here. And luckily, we have Natalie Acapeti in the sports studio to tell us more.
Thanks, guys. That's right, and welcome to a special edition of the Women's Basketball Courtside Show, where I'm going to talk about one of the greatest basketball players in the University of Iowa has ever seen. Honestly, though, I have been dreading talking about this. We all know what the month of March means, and it means basketball is ending sooner than I wanted. And that also means the end of one remarkable Hawkeye career, Megan Gustafson. She is number 10 on the Iowa women's basketball team. No, wait, not me, though. I wish, though. Sorry about that mix-up. But really, she is the real baller. I'm a close second, but she made history in the number 10 black and gold jersey. For instance, on December 30th in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Megan became the number 1 scorer in the University of Iowa basketball program history for both men and women. In addition to that, Megan ranks in top 3 nationally in 8 different categories. She leads the nation in field goal percentage, points per game, and total points. Okay, wait, we need to know that she can play basketball, but really, who is Megan Gustafson?
Okay, what is your favorite food?
Pancakes.
Favorite Gatorade flavor?
Purple.
dream vacation destination?
Italy.
And favorite place to eat in Iowa City?
Encounter Cafe.
Favorite Netflix show?
Once Upon a Time.
And if you could take anybody on the team for an adventure, where would you go?
Oh gosh, that's a hard question. Probably Monica. She's super goofy, and we'd probably go to Disney World.
I actually did not expect that last answer, but interesting place to go together. The All-American, however, is from a small northern town of Port Wing, Wisconsin, and certainly is not Disney World. There are only 164 people in Port Wing, and she graduated with just 11 students. And the gym in Port Wing, Wisconsin is nothing compared to Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Obviously, it's quite a bit smaller, but you know, my hometown gym is pretty classic. You know, got the big bleachers only on one side, and you know, it was a good atmosphere too. You know, my high school is definitely a big basketball school. It's known for that, you know, throughout the state. Floor is much better here at Carver. I actually played on concrete with a little bit of wax. That was pretty much, and they actually got, as soon as I left, they got a new floor. That's actually nice. So I was kind of like, oh yeah, why couldn't we have had that earlier? But
well, that and Carver definitely sound different. And after 4 years in the black and gold, Megan's career is going to end soon as a Hawkeye. And head coach Lisa Bluter knew exactly what to say of what kind of Hawkeye Megan exemplifies.
She's just an incredible human being, teammate. She should do anything. She can conquer the world. I really believe that. Whatever you set in front of Megan, if you give her a task to do, she will do it to the best of her ability, and it will be amazing. We've had players that have been low-maintenance players. Megan has been absolutely no maintenance. I mean, we have had to do nothing to motivate her, nothing to get her to work hard, nothing for her, nothing. I mean, she has given us zero issues since she's been on our campus.
A student athlete has a lot on their plate when it comes to studying, homework, practice, games, and traveling. But the reward that comes with it carries on long after they hang up the jersey.
you know, we learn from our coaches every single day that basketball is just for now, and you know, we're so much more than basketball and what it identifies us as, and you know, we're role models. You know, being able to be stellar students in the classroom, being the best women that we can ever be, and so I'll be forever thankful and grateful for what this program has given me.
With those lessons learned from the coaching staff, it is paying off as the NCAA released the top 15 nominees for the 2019 Women's Basketball Coach of the Year Award. And Lisa Bluter has been nominated. And along with that, Senior Day is on Sunday. Emotions are high.
It's really gratifying, but it's also kind of sad, you know. You know, I'm a mom of 3, so I'm supposed to prepare my kids, right? You know, as a mother, you're supposed to prepare your children to go out and conquer the world when they leave the nest. You're supposed to do the same thing with your players, and that's what I hope I've done.
Before I start to tear up too, the final regular season home game is Sunday at 3 p.m. against Northwestern, and Megan, along with seniors Hannah Stewart and Tanaya Davis, will be recognized at the game. And make sure to come back Monday morning to hear all about it. Declan and Jacob, back to you.
Thank you, Natalie. It is Friday, and that means it is time for the ICAC Animal of the Week. This is reserved for that one special animal at the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center who is ready to meet their new family.
This week's furry friend is Phil. Phil is a pit bull mix with a bit of a quirky personality. He loves playing and gets along great with older children and other cats and dogs you may own. Phil is a little festy, so it's good to give him a break to calm down every once in a while. If you're looking to take on a good boy with a lot of playful energy, Phil is the dog for you.
Phil, what a name. For more information about Phil, check out the ICAC website, call the phone number, or go give him a visit. Thank you for tuning into this Friday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news.
And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out the print edition on newsstands now. For DITV, I'm Declan Levy.
And I'm Jacob Gunther. Have a great day, Iowa City.